Hello, I'm Tom Bailey, and in today's episode, we'll be getting to know Tim Fitzpatrick, who is the founder of Rialto Marketing and has over 20 years of entrepreneurial experience with a passion for developing and growing businesses. So, Tim, hello, and a very warm welcome to today's episode.
Tom, thanks for having me, man. I'm excited to be here.
I appreciate you being here. And Tim, whereabouts in the world are you right now?
I am based just outside of Denver, Colorado.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And I just wanted to share a little bit more about you before we did get started. So Tim specializes in marketing and business growth, and he helps service-based businesses to simplify their marketing so that they can grow with less stress. He believes that most people overcomplicate marketing and that it doesn't have to be that way. The title for today's episode is How to Stop Wasting Time and Money with Your Marketing, and Tim's going to show us how to do that in just under 7 minutes. So question number one today is, who are your ideal clients?
So our ideal clients, they're experts, coaches, consultants, professional service providers, people that are selling their knowledge and expertise as part of their business. So, they've had some success, but they're hitting a ceiling. They want to get to that next level, whether that's the next 6-figure mark or 7 or 8 figures.
Yeah.
And they need help getting there, and they know that they need outside help. And so they're open to working with, a marketing consultant like us to do so.
Great. And I'm sure they have plenty of challenges, but what would you say is that number one biggest challenge that they typically face?
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of different challenges, but to me, it boils down to the same thing, right? So many business owners are battling information overload when it comes to marketing.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of marketing channels, tactics within those channels, gurus saying, hey, Tom, you need to do this or you need to do that. And it is enough to make even the best of us feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And when we're overwhelmed, what most of us do is we start throwing marketing tactics up against a wall like spaghetti, hoping that something's going to stick. And man, that is no way to run a business, right? And so that's the challenge is we're battling information overload, and we do not have a plan, right? And we don't have a plan because we're overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we're moving from one shiny object to another shiny
to the
object.
next. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And when they do this, or when business owners face this challenge, what impact would that normally have on them or their business?
They waste time and they waste money on marketing that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Which in turn leads to either I don't accomplish my goals, or I accomplish my goals, but it takes way longer than it should to get there.
Understood. Yeah, understood. Perfect. And I guess there's probably going to be plenty of people listening to this that are starting to hear this and start to think, do you know what, this sounds a lot like me. So if that is the case, what's one piece of advice that you might give somebody to help them really get started moving in the right direction?
So you got to create a plan.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not going to be the perfect plan. There is no perfect plan. And the plan you start with is not the plan you're going to end with, but you have to create a plan and start executing on the plan, because planning is key to effectiveness. Whether we're talking about marketing or anything else, you have to have a plan. Plans outline our priorities. When we know what our priorities are, we have clarity on where we need to focus. And when we have clarity, what happens to our stress goes down.
Yeah, got it. So what we're not saying is, we're not saying that there's one best marketing strategy. What we're saying is, whichever one you choose, make sure you do a plan and make sure you follow that and tweak it as you go. Yeah.
You're hitting on a really important point. There is no one right marketing plan or strategy. All the different tactics out there can work for almost any business. But when you look at your plan and create your plan, you have to look at, where are you? What do you want to accomplish? And what tactics are going to work best for you based on what you want? You have to look at it from a whole picture.
Yeah, makes complete sense. Thank you so much. And what therefore is one valuable resource or somewhere that you can send people right now so they can get started in solving this problem?
So we put together a resource for your listeners. If they go to rialtomarketing.com/succeed-through-speaking, there's a ton of resources on there, but the one I wanted to hone in on is our 6-step 90-day marketing plan template. It is 1 page.
Nice.
Okay. It makes it super easy. You're not going to overcomplicate it. When it's on 1 page, you will actually use it and start to implement.
Great. Perfect. And what I'll do is I'll put a link to that in the show notes, so people can click on that and they can go and download that resource right now.
Awesome.
Next question is more towards yourself and your journey. So over your journey, what would you say is one of the biggest learnings, mistakes, or failures that you've made, either in life or in business? And what did you learn from it?
Boy, Tom, I failed so many times.
Where do we start?
Yeah. Where do I start? But the one that comes to mind, top of mind for me right now, is I was in residential real estate for about 3 years.
Mhm.
I consider it a failure because I did not accomplish what I know I'm capable of.
Yeah.
But I got to a point in real estate where I just could not stand doing it. I hated every day, and I was like, I cannot do this anymore. But one of the things that I really pulled from that experience was I put myself outside of my comfort zone almost every day while I was doing that.
Yes.
And the more I pushed myself outside of my comfort zone, I realized that my comfort zone expanded. And
Mhm.
so I just grew so much more. Things that I couldn't do prior to that, I could easily do, and I didn't even think twice about. So yeah, push yourself outside of your comfort zone and you will continue to get better and better.
Great. And whether that's becoming a podcast guest or whether it's, doing a YouTube video, just trying different things will help you really grow that comfort zone, like you said.
Yep.
Great. And the last question from me today is, what is one question that I should have asked that will also bring some great value to our audience today?
So here's what I would say. Where is the lowest hanging fruit for most businesses to get quick wins with their marketing?
Great question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we do need to think long-term with our marketing. If you think short-term, you're going to make a lot of bad decisions, but there are quick wins we can get. And there are two things that I think we need to focus on with this. One, if you do not have the fundamentals in place, you need to start there. If you do not understand your target market and have that really honed in, you have to have that honed in, because if you don't have that honed in, you cannot create a message that is going to be clear and engaging and grab their attention and interest. And you have to have a plan of how you're going to get that message in front of those people.
Yeah.
The second thing you can do to get a quick win is look at what's already working in your business. Okay. Most of us have things that are already working, but you know what? Those things are, we're probably not taking advantage of those things as much as we could. We haven't optimized them fully, and there may be gaps that we can fill. So look at what's already working and work your way backwards to figure out, are there gaps we can fill, and how can we optimize and scale this to get even more wins than we're already getting from that?
Great. I love both of those. So, get those foundations right and then figure out what's already working and do more of that.
Yep.
So, Tim, thank you so much again for your time today. I really appreciate you coming along and sharing such great value with our audience.
Thanks for having me, Tom. I appreciate it.